Want to hear about some yummy recipes and some good music? Well, stay tuned to meet some sisters whose journey will inspire you. My name is Yvonne Lewis, and you're watching Urban Report. And welcome to Urban Report. My guests today are the Holmes Sisters, Kimberly, Taisha, and Janice. They sing and they cook. We had some super yummy meals while they were here. I had the opportunity to talk to them on the set of the new D2D program, Creative Cooking, for which they were the season's hosts. Take a look. I have the privilege of being on the set of Dare to Dream's newest cooking program, Creative Cooking. And I'm so excited because our hosts for this season are the Holmes Sisters. Okay, so tell us your names. Let's start with sister number one.
I'm Kimberly.
I'm Taisha.
And I am Janice.
And how long have I known you? Oh my goodness!
All our life, since we're little. Like, I think Mark was probably
he was
about 4 or 5.
Yes,
many.
So we're about maybe 4 years old.
Yeah,
So maybe
we were
6. Oh, yeah. All our lives.
Oh, and I've watched you grow into wonderful women of God.
Oh,
and I know that your mom and your dad would be and was so proud of you. So I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so excited about Creative Cooking. Okay, so tell our Dare to Dream viewers what they can look for with Creative Cooking, and then we'll kind of get into your background. But let's talk a bit about the program. Tell us about Creative Cooking. How is it structured? Like, what is it?
Okay, well, Creative Cooking, we just love the name because we have the world of food is so vast and diverse that we can be so creative. So what we've decided, what God has given us, is the idea to present to the world creative cooking of eating the foods, how to be creative to juice the foods, and wear the foods.
And what does that mean? What are we going to do in every segment?
In every segment, we're just showing you how you can take the foods and creatively cook them.
In simple, practical ways.
Right, and then creatively make different type of juices, from detox to zingers to
a lot of smoothies. And
That's juicing it.
And then wearing it is mask.
That's the fun part.
All of you have gorgeous skin. So do you use these masks yourselves?
Yes,
we do. Kim actually
not as much as Kim.
Not as much.
Tell us about Kim with the mask.
Oh, Kim comes up with everything. You name it. And this is how this whole thought came about, because she will walk into the kitchen, and if
while
she
you're cooking,
sees it, she'll grab it, and she's gonna make some kind of mixture. She comes up with a mixture to put on her face. Not just her face, sometimes her hands, her arms. And the funniest thing, she has 2 boys, and they wear it also.
They wear it.
So this is real.
No.
She's making
Kimberly,
sure
I'm sorry, we're letting it all out.
That's right, let it out.
You know what?
John will have his oatmeal mask.
But only because I grew up watching my dad do that. My dad was a handsome, very striking man, and he took very good care of his skin.
He did. With natural foods.
That's right, with natural foods. And we're living in a world that's emphasizing skincare, not just for the women, but for the men as well.
Yes,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's nothing
really
wrong
exciting.
with that. Tighten up those pores.
That's right.
It's really exciting. Really exciting.
So like Jen says, when you're going to visit Kim, call ahead. You don't know how she'll show up at the door. I'm beat today. I'm a carrot today.
I'm molasses.
But you can also wear it in your hair.
Yeah.
It's great for the hair.
Right, but it's not practical to do it on the set with your hair.
Right.
So
We're just keeping it to the
focus
skin.
on the skin, right.
And the smoothies as well. We juice a lot, and we make a lot of the smoothies, so we thought it would be great to just share the different ways that we can juice and make food. Yeah.
And see, I think that the viewers are going to love that, because this is a whole different kind of cooking program. One of the things I love about it is it's so authentic. It's so real, like you might spill a little something in the kitchen or something. But that's what we do
what we do.
in
Right.
cooking,
That's
right?
right.
That's
That's
what you do. So we didn't take that out. We left it in. So we have fun moments, you know, in the kitchen, and then Jason joins you.
Yeah.
And that's fun. So I just think it's going to be such a great program. When you did the Eat It segments, you know, you grew up knowing how to eat because your mom and dad were really proponents of eating healthily and all that. Tell us a bit about how you grew up with healthy food.
Wow. Oatmeal burgers, eggplant sandwiches, the things that are considered gourmet meals today.
That was our school lunch.
And we were actually the only ones. So we would peep into our sandwich and mind you, our bread was homemade, so we'd have thick slices of homemade, delicious bread. We
With
appreciate it now,
butter.
but then it's like, okay, what's inside of our...
It was delicious
Almond butter with dates.
Delicious. We have almond butter with dates. We would
Cucumber sandwich with
cucumber
mayonnaise and tomatoes.
sandwiches, eggplant sandwiches.
Eggplant,
And they would
Oatmeal
tease us
burgers.
in school because they were like, ew, you have a roach sandwich. Because, you know, dates, they have that, you know, long, you know, the conch.
Yeah.
So we'd be like, oh, but it was so good. But it was like, Mother, they're teasing me about this sandwich. Can we, like,
But
maybe?
my mom-
So she would make us date spreads.
And
you know,
she was
to do
so
that, too.
creative, and the food was so appealing. She
Mother was
would
very
take,
creative.
we would have potato salad. She would make vegetarian chicken out of gluten, but then we couldn't buy the gluten flour, so you had
we
to
made it from
wash.
scratch.
To wash it.
With the flour and
Wow.
And make the tofu.
That's
And
right.
strain it
Oh,
through
everything.
boil roast the seed to make the
soybeans?
The
soybeans.
No, that was to make the soy coffee.
Oh,
Roast
right.
the beans, because
Right, yes.
sometimes she was always up working. Sometimes she would fall asleep and the beans would burn. But you know, so
because
you smell that
everything
because everything
was
was from
from
scratch.
scratch,
You know,
right.
and
Fresh,
she emphasized cooking.
Everything
You
was
know,
from
scratch. And we grew up, you know.
Yeah.
And
where
she
could
put us in the kitchen from young.
From young.
Yeah.
I'll always remember our first Thanksgiving, and we were so proud, and that's the only picture we have of our first time.
Yeah,
Because we were cooking from
when we
before.
cooked.
But Mother allowed us to go in the kitchen,
When
be
we
quiet,
cooked.
Tyson.
When we
Yeah.
Wait now. I got a little family dynamic
inside
here.
joke.
There's a little family dynamic here. Okay, so y'all have to let us in.
That
Let us in on
Thanksgiving dinner that she's bragging about
Right.
that we cooked.
But we all
cooked.
cooked. So, yeah.
I get the
I love
feeling that it was a little
No, but
disproportionate.
Kim, let me just tell you
Y'all
though.
did a little bit more.
Over
than
the
we did.
years,
more
what we
onion
would
powder
do
in
is we would throw parties before we moved away and, you know, got married. And I would organize everything. So I organized the Thanksgiving dinner, and I did cook and do my thing in there. And, you know, they just loved cooking together, and we would all do it.
Put
And
it
I would
this
put
way.
my dad and say, yes, we all cooked. Yes,
We
we
labored
did.
long in the kitchen.
Labored
But
long.
we cooked.
While
No,
she
we all,
organized?
no, we all
did.
started
We all
out in
did.
the kitchen.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
a joke.
We
But
ended up.
we were the last man standing.
And then I would come back and make sure and overview, taste, and make
She's
sure
like,
everything
oh,
was good.
how's everything going? My beauty nap.
But it was really good. That was our first Thanksgiving meal that we
Right.
cooked a complete meal. Our
Yeah.
parents were asleep, and we stayed up.
And
through
they
the
woke
night
up,
cooked.
and voila.
When you
And they woke
surprised
up to
them.
us. Yeah, they woke up and had a spread. So it was
Yes.
really
How
great.
sweet
It
is
was really
that?
great.
It was
We
a
learned-
great surprise, yeah.
We learned this all from our mom. She
Right.
just
Yeah.
she taught us a lot of just techniques in the kitchen and how to make everything from scratch. So today, now you can buy, you know, your soya milks and your
gluten flour,
tofu
your
and gluten
tofu.
flour.
Right.
So you don't have to,
Pre-made.
you know, it doesn't take that long, but we still have it. You know, it's in us forever. And now we teach our children.
Yeah.
You know, we teach our children.
And, you know, that's such an important point because there was a movie called Soul Food, and that movie showed how a legacy is made. So every Sunday,
Right.
the family would come over and they would have all this unhealthy food.
Right.
And what happened, you
Right.
know, the Big Ma had hypertension, diabetes, cancer, all kinds of diseases, right?
Right.
So there's another legacy that's been
That's right.
created here.
Yes.
And that legacy is
Healthy
with
food.
healthy
Healthy
food.
food.
Yeah.
And you're teaching your children
That's
that.
right.
And that's what we
That's
want
right.
for
That's right.
you,
That's right.
viewer. We want you to learn how to create this legacy of healthy eating
Yes.
for your kids.
Yes.
Because it's so important. It's so
That's
important.
right.
So do your children embrace it or do they go like, ew, I don't like it? How do they deal with
They eat it.
They embrace it. They
Yes,
embrace
do.
it. They even, especially Jan's
My daughter
children.
is in the kitchen. My
yes.
son,
Great
both of
And-
them,
and-
they both
yeah.
love to cook.
And John loves to cook as
Yeah.
well. John is 7 years old. Now, we started cooking from the ages of 5, 6, 7. That's when we were put in the kitchen. And we're doing the same thing.
with our children.
Repeating that legacy.
My
on
daughter
with our
Sarah will
children.
make
Yes.
waffles wonderful waffles, and
And they'll make
breakfast
smoothies
food
and ask you
Sammy's
for it.
learning.
For the smoothies that,
Yeah.
with the garlic.
Yes,
With the,
if it's not green,
that's right.
what's wrong with my
That's right.
smoothie? I need some kind
Yeah.
of spinach. So they've definitely embraced the lifestyle, the cooking and everything. My daughter will make a full meal. She can make macaroni and cheese, collard greens,
How old is she?
cornbread. She's 12 now. She's 12,
Wow.
but she's been cooking for a long time. So we always tease her that she's like her Aunt Titi because Ty is she's the one out of all of us. She is the cook. She's gourmet. She's everything.
Taisha's
She'll lay a
always loved to
spread.
cook from day one.
And my daughter she's been attracted to cooking for so long. And so they cook together. My son loves to bake, and she loves to just really cook and play around in the kitchen. So
So all this is vegan cooking.
this is all vegan cooking.
And so your children know how to make vegan meals. And this is
what to use, all the different derivatives of milk or butters, or just different things. And they'll even ask, like when we go out, take them out to eat. My son, Samuel, he's 7 years old now. And he'll be like, "Is this vegan?"
Is that what?
Like, Sammy,
Is it what?
Is that what?
this vegan?
Oh, vegan.
You know,
Mommy, is there milk in there?
He'll ask like questions. He'll ask questions. Like, I mean,
Right, they ask questions.
I became an avid label reader after I met my husband because he was he used to just juice everything. When I met him, his skin was just, juice it. When I talk about his cart was full with just vegetables and juice. And, my son would just, Mommy, just juice, juices every morning and shakes and all kind of things.
Wheatgrass smoothies with bananas and
lots of
milk
wheatgrass.
every
So,
morning.
yeah.
The kids like wheatgrass?
Yeah,
But it's all
we
in how
hide it.
we make
We
it.
hide
Right.
it. Okay,
Gotcha.
So when you put a
listen.
sweet banana in with the wheatgrass,
We're
you get
not,
a delicious,
we know that the palate, we want
It
it
has
to
to
not
be
only
flavored.
be
We want
good
them
for
to
you,
be
but taste
to
good,
enjoy it,
okay?
right.
So we you have to know how to mask it. So we put it in smoothies. Like, we have wheatgrass every morning, and it goes in the smoothie. My children will be looking at me, and they would drink it because I tell them, but it would take us 30 minutes. We'd be late for school every day because they're gonna drink it slow. And Mommy, my stomach is hurting. So they drink it every morning, no problem, because it's in the smoothie, and they get their chlorophyll.
And see, I think that's another important point for the viewers to know is that you're showing them how to take these different vegetables and fruits and things, put them in smoothies so that they get the nutrients that they need.
Right.
So children who are like in the morning, you might be rushing, you don't really have time to do like a big spread. Sometimes there's just time for a smoothie.
Right.
And it's all in the smoothie.
And it's
all
all in the
there.
smoothie.
And you get all of your, how they say your fruits and veggies. You have your recommended 5 to 7 servings a day. So it's all in the jar, and we put it in the mason jar. So we'll say, "What's in your MJ?"
what's in your
Because every
MJ?
morning
What's
in
in
my
your
MJ,
MJ?
our mason jar,
That's right.
there's some type of smoothie, whether it's green, orange, purple, yellow, it's a
One of the
different rainbow.
rubies.
Love
the
it.
So every
Oh, I
morning
love
on the
it.
go, they have their
Yes.
mason jars while they're going to school.
Ruby gems, that's what we call it. The vegetables, the color wheel of vegetables.
Yeah, oh, that's so neat. That's so neat. I love the way the program is structured. Eat it, juice it, wear it. Because that's also creative, you know, and everybody can get something from that.
right.
I happen to have the recipes, and the recipes are going to be up on the website. But I have the recipes, and I'm so excited. I had the wrap.
The tuna wrap.
Tuna wrap.
The tuna wrap. Ooh. So I have to make that for my family.
It is
I'm
delicious.
excited.
And it's so diverse. You can use it as a dip.
Yes.
The wrap is a
You can do
spread.
it. You can a spread,
Get
a
creative with it.
sandwich,
It's simple.
you know, a side dish.
Right, side
No
dish,
fuss
right.
in the kitchen.
Yeah, and see, that's the other thing. We're a microwave society.
Right.
You know, we want it now. We don't want to, put too much time in.
Right.
It's understandable because everybody's busy, but there are certain things you just have to do. So
Right.
one of the things that you guys are showing is that, you can pre-do things like the waffles that you make.
Right,
You can
prep
freeze
it.
They
them.
freeze well.
You can, juice it, boom. All of this stuff, and it's good. So it kind of, because we can't be in the kitchen for hours and hours.
Right.
It's just
Not
impractical.
today, right.
So it really works.
Yeah, a lot of people think that it takes a lot longer to do what we're doing, but as we can see, as the viewers will see as we share with them, it takes 2 minutes to make a smoothie.
That's right.
Yep.
Not even seconds. And you can
Yeah.
pre-bag.
That's right.
from the
And
night
I keep
before
them
you
frozen
prep.
and just
Oh,
pop them
Throw it
out.
all in the bag, one
pull it out.
serving.
there you go.
You buy it in
Yeah,
the
that's
Walmart
right.
like that, right?
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
In the can or in the freezer.
Right. No, this is really, really good. It's such a blessing. Let's talk a bit about your background, because I think the viewers need to know where you were, where you grew up, how your parents were, and talk about your childhood.
Well,
Okay.
like Taisha likes to say, from the hood to the woods.
We grew up in Bronx, New York.
Oh, in the Bronx. Wow.
Not in the upper Bronx or the Pelham section, but you
Right
know,
in the
From the
project.
right in the hood. In the
On
hood.
Webster
Now,
Avenue.
how
That's
did
right.
that
Clear to the-
impact you growing up? I mean, what did you see around you?
Well, because of the way our mom was so creative with how she raised us, and we thought that we were, well, she raised us to be princesses.
The
of
mindset.
Most High.
Okay.
The mindset.
But we didn't
You are a child
realize
of the
that we
king,
were
right.
in the hood.
Right.
We didn't realize because, you know, we woke up every morning, we had worship, and we
Right.
had our, you know, wonderful food. We had dinner in the morning.
Very ideal
and
lifestyle
She was really
within
trying
our
to raise
quarters,
us
our
according
walls,
to,
right.
you know, the councils.
And they
You know,
really
counsel.
tried to protect us from what's
Right.
outside. Our dad didn't let us go outside.
Right.
I mean, we couldn't. We really couldn't go outside.
In fact, we were known as the girls, the Christian girls, or the
Yeah.
Bible girls. And
Yes.
when they saw my dad, they nodded.
They would take their
They would
cigarette
nod
and
and
they
they
called
would
him
behind their
Reverend.
back. And they would nod with a sign of respect to my dad. Hi,
Yeah.
They called him
They
the
thought he was
Reverend.
the
They called Pastor
Reverend.
the Reverend.
They would see us going
With
to
our
church
Bibles,
and
going
coming
to
back.
church.
He was
Right.
such a wonderful
Yes,
man.
yes.
Wonderful man.
I mean, everybody that knew him, I never heard anything bad said about him. He was just a wonderful
Yes, he was.
man.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about him, about your dad, and what happened.
Wow.
Well, our dad, you know, like as you said, he was a wonderful man of God.
Right.
Just treated us like princesses, and our mom as a queen.
And you don't have any brothers, right?
We have
so
no
it's
brothers.
just the
It was just the
girls
girls.
and
Daddy's
dad.
girls.
And we adored, our dad could do no wrong.
Oh,
I mean, we
I
love our mother to death, but it was like, you know, they say every woman needs a son and every father needs a daughter.
Daughter,
type
so
thing.
he had
It was
daddy's
all
girls.
Daddy's girl.
Yeah.
And, you know, if it was, you know, discipline, he didn't even have to.
He was just
He was just gentle, and it was
Very
like,
firm,
okay,
but
Poppy, we're
gentle.
sorry,
Yeah.
you know. But we called our dad Poppy. He was just a wonderful man. He was a respiratory therapist.
A respiratory therapist practitioner.
Practitioner, yeah.
And he worked at New
NYU
York University for many, NYU for many years. New York University is affiliated with NYU. He worked there for many years, and then when he retired,
NYU Hospital, you mean?
NYU
Yeah, in the
Hospital,
city.
thank you. NYU
Yeah.
Hospital in the city, and he transitioned from there, and he
Closer
moved
to retirement.
Closer to retirement age, and he started working at Orange Regional Medical Center,
Upstate New York.
which is in upstate New York, where we live now.
That's like we said, from
to the woods,
from the
Right,
hood
from
to
the
the
hood to the
woods.
woods.
He
So
just
we
had a
moved
desire.
upstate.
So he
Get
went
out the
back to
city.
school. Did he go back to school to learn respiratory therapy to
Yes.
get you out of the hood?
Yes.
Well, all of that, yes,
While we
I
were
would
there,
say,
yes.
right.
While we were there, he
school
went to
and-
school
Right.
because they got married very young. My mother's from
Right.
Guatemala, Central America, and when they met at church, my mom came to this country when she was 18 years old. She spoke no English. My dad was a handsome, dapper, just from the army, wearing his bow tie, always dressed
Savannah,
impeccably.
Georgia.
Yes.
Okay, from Savannah, Georgia, and he saw her and he said,
That was
"Whoa."
it.
Who is
He
that?
said, "My
That
name
black
is John."
community.
He said, "My name is John Lee," because he's from the South. He said, "And if you teach me Spanish, I'll teach you English." And the rest is history. But I mean, basically, you know, they were
Yeah.
young when they got married, and
And they made a decision, which is very critical for people to know, to have a home
That was very
that is ordained and structured by the way of God. So they read the Bible together, they read counsel together, and whatever it said to do,
Venice
they
Home
did.
did
At Venice
refer to,
Home,
of course.
counsels on diet. In fact, and this is another point that's very important to mention, they educated us. It wasn't just living. They sat us down and we had to read those counsels. And
They read it in worship.
we
in the
read
morning.
counsels on diet, so we were able to understand why we were eating the way, you know, our lifestyle, this healthy lifestyle.
They didn't only you do as I say. They
Right.
read this is why.
And their
Right.
passion was to leave
the city.
The city.
projects
And get to the
go to the
country.
country.
Right, because that was part of the council, because
So,
that's a
yeah.
better
So we ended
lifestyle
up
to raise a
upstate.
family.
Our mom sent us, like, in the summers to Guatemala, like, especially with my dad, he did a very intense program so we could be out of the way. So we got to know that culture and lived with our abuelita, our grandmas, our aunties, tios and tias.
Yes.
And my dad would be studying very hard. And I remember he graduated, and we were so proud of him. And
He went to
he went
NYU.
And he began to work there,
New York
became the
University,
supervisor,
right.
and finally we moved upstate.
Right.
We were much older, finally.
That was country
We're
living.
teens.
In the
and
country,
just-
yeah.
Teens.
And then we were in high school then, in college, and
And he worked up there.
he worked
till
up there
retired.
till he retired. And then, you know, he became ill,
Sudden
maybe about
illness,
suddenly
yeah.
ill
Later
2
years,
years
yeah.
ago. He was in the Army and in Vietnam. He was a soldier. And like years back,
veteran,
maybe
yeah.
15 years ago, they realized that there was, you know, we have beta cells in our pancreas that helps produce insulin. And he only had 2. And they would always joke with me, my sisters and my mom, and say, well, you have your dad's gene, so you would we can live with 2, but if we get to 1, we start having issues, but they can be donated, or you can be a donor, and they would always say, you can donate, you know, to your dad, but, you know, I don't know, but anyhow, suddenly 2 years ago, you know, we realized, or he was ill, he was losing weight, and just couldn't understand what was happening, became weak, and they found out that we found out he had cancer, and 6
Weeks later.
Pancreatic
6
cancer.
he was dead.
6 months later.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
They gave
after
him-
the diagnosis.
They gave him 3
months to
to
live.
6 months,
Yeah.
and he was gone within 6 weeks. But our dad he's always had a quiet and gentle spirit. That he was like, whatever my lot, it is well, you know.
As well as myself.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
So Poppy, so people would say, Hezekiah, the story of Hezekiah, King Hezekiah, why don't you ask God to extend your life? And Poppy said, no, whatever is my lot, if this is my time. The patriarchs of old, they did not live forever. He told Moses, this is your time, go to the mountain. He told Abraham, everybody had their time, and Poppy knew that. And Poppy said, this is my time, I will not extend it. In fact, this was the time when we were
coming out here.
We were coming out
Thursday.
here, but
It's
also it was right before we were going to
Thursday.
DC as well, General Conference. Now, at that time, we didn't realize how serious things were in terms of his time. But Poppy did. And I remember literally, we had our clothes out on the bed and we were debating, should we go, should we not?
We had to
Let's
sing
stay.
for
We had to
GC,
sing for General
We
Conference.
were like, we won't go, Poppy. We'll
And we
stay.
told Poppy we wouldn't go. And Poppy said, you were called and anointed for this time and you're going.
Yeah.
I will be here when you get back. Literally, Poppy said that.
He did.
Yes, he did.
And we went.
We came back.
We sang and we came back,
And he
which is
died
very
he
interesting.
died that
though.
Tuesday.
Yes. Now you have to give the facts of that. What led up to that? Because we didn't stay for the whole time. We were
we
scheduled to
left.
sing twice.
Yeah.
Something impressed us to come home early.
So we
left.
changed
So we
our
left
flights
that
and
Friday,
came
changed
back.
our flight, and came back. And thank God that we did.
That was the
Because
Holy Spirit.
It was the Holy Spirit.
We had
And
a Sabbath. We had a full
yes,
Sabbath.
it was. We had our last full Sabbath with Poppy. It's so important to listen to that still
leading
small
of the
voice of the
Holy
Holy Spirit,
Spirit.
because if we didn't, if we would have delayed one day,
Yeah.
that would have been it. So we spent Sabbath with Poppy, and
We sang to him.
sang,
we
had worship,
laid in the bed with him, and we
just you
had
know.
fellowship.
And when he realized that it was going, he commissioned us to get the phone, and he called all of his family, his close friends.
was able to
He said
really-
goodbye. He gave his last words. I remember one particular niece. I won't say her name, but one particular niece. He said, "Please come." And I mean, okay. So in Poppy's dying, when you're dying, I mean, Taisha, you're a nurse. You don't have strength. You're dying.
And you're not thinking about.
And you're not thinking
you know,
about people.
Right,
And
you're like-
Poppy rose up in his bed. I kid
called
you
her
not,
name out
and
with
called
so
her
much
name
strength.
with strength and said, "Come here, come here,
And they
come
spoke
here." And he spoke.
whatever words
Gave
he
his
had
last
to
words to
impart
her.
everyone.
He asked everyone to
just-
clear the room.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he
just-
always had a burden for his family,
Yes.
you know, and for
God
just
and
for
Christian
people,
and-
and just to win souls to
And
Christ.
we have those
even.
great
That
was-
memories
that.
to- to
Everybody
just
that
remember.
knew him knew what a lovely, godly man he was.
Wow.
You know, and what a team your mom and dad were.
Yeah, they were such a.
I mean, just a powerful team for God. And we praise God for the resurrection.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
Amen.
it
That's our
won't be
hope.
long.
Blessed
Yes.
hope.
You know, we can see it won't be long. So we can praise him. And that's the other thing. You girls sing. So on each program, you start the program with a little ditty. Would you do it for us real quick?
Okay. I like healthy food that tastes so good. I like to eat good food. What you say now? I like to eat good food. I like to eat good food.
I love it. I love it. And that's what we're going to get on creative cooking. And I'm just so thankful
We're
for,
so excited.
for you. Yeah,
It's a lot of fun.
God has blessed you.
Yeah, God is so good. We're just thankful to our parents and to our husbands who even allow us to, be able to come out because
Our
they're home
children.
with the kids.
They are.
They're really holding down
And
the
they were
fort.
crying
Yeah,
and saying, Mommy, can we come? Can we come? We said, next
We're like,
time.
not
Next
this
time.
time, but
You might have to have them in there helping you.
Well, they've come before, and they
Yeah.
had great help from before when we came.
Very supportive.
They were even
on
in the kitchen.
Yeah, with
and
one of
they
the
were
last ones.
washing and
Right,
cutting up and cooking. And so they are really a great support. Our husbands, our children. So
It
it's a great
takes the
team.
whole family.
It does.
Because they have to share you.
Yes.
And they have to be willing to share you because this is a calling.
This is a calling. It truly is. It truly is. And it takes an understanding family to, I guess, embrace that. One thing that Papi always said, he said, united we stand, divided we fall. But standing together with Jesus in front, we can conquer it all. And so that's the principle that we stand on. That's our foundation. Prayer is our motto, and, we just move forward in that.
Well, it's obvious in what you do and the way you present yourselves, and your dad would be so proud. He would be so proud, and I'm proud of you, and I know your mom is too.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for what you do,
Thank you.
I can't wait for you to see this program. You're gonna love it. Eat it, juice it,
and
wear it. And they're just gonna love it because the time is coming. So just keep focused on the schedule. Take a look at the schedule so that you'll see when it's airing, and then watch it and make sure you do these recipes.
Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Weren't they inspiring? I was so blessed by that interview and just their testimonies, their spirit, and their food is scrumptious. Make sure to check our Dare to Dream schedule for the airing dates and times for creative cooking. You'll love it. You'll be able to do these recipes, make them at home, share them with others, and share the healthy principles that they teach. It's wonderful. I felt so inspired. I've been trying to cook those recipes myself, and they are coming out great, I have to say. So make sure that you try it too, and make sure that you tell others to tune into Creative Cooking. It's a new cooking program with a different feel to it. It's got a different flavor, so to speak. I know that's a pun. Anyway, I hope that you'll be blessed by the program. Well, we've reached the end of another program. Join us next time because it wouldn't be the same without you.